The power of super quantal canines for you today. We've got, anti-meta, and of course, Primite heroes. Yeah, there's so much here. Make sure you guys smash the like and crap bell, subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more content. This is one of the first things that I saw out of this weekend that just looked very fun to play. It was the fact that we could use the canine cards as an anti-meta hand trap line to generate advantage and be able to make sure that our super quantal monsters can actually stick around on the field to be able to do their job, which is amazing, by the way, because Super Quantal does kind of feel a little bit lacking in that department, but we're also not going for the giant Megazord here. We're using this as a facilitation package to be able to get through those big lines of play so that you can actually set up and play the game. Good job for this, because this is going to change a lot of the way that I think people are going to approach this engine going forward. A lot of people are going to be looking for cool ways to play the Super Quantal package, and I think that we are onto something here. Next up here, we have your anti-meta monster. I did see a card demise build floating around out here with like some craziness in it itself, but that's not what you're getting here. What you're getting here is Inspector Border Fossil Dina, and you're going to do the pretty standard slow roll out here of controlling your opponent, especially with the Grand Manju, but you just slap Desires on the table. You know, you get this giant attacker to close out the game with. Now, granted, you do need to be able to have the monster keep up with what you're trying to do. Because one of the things I'm kind of worried about when you're trying to play a deck like this is as things kind of start to fall behind, you might be left in a really awkward situation where, oh no, I can't generate the closeout game advantage. Or, you got to keep rotating in those boss monsters like the Border, like the Dina, so you can do your thing. And that does kind of conflict slightly with some of the engine, but it does tend to work out. Now this was a ha-ha funny. We actually got to see some heroes out here. Now what I find most hilarious about this is, you mean to tell me that Sparkman and Clayman, two of the most probably iconic hero monsters, actually found a place out here in the world of heroes? And yes, they did. Especially Sparkman and Clayman. It's really funny because they have a new promo card coming out here very soon that might actually, change the way that this deck is going to work kind of going forward. You're also going to notice that we do have Raigekis and Lightning Storms. A lot of these board breaker cards down here, OCG's in a meta where if you can board break or clean up your opponent, you're probably going to be in a very good position out here. And it works out really, really well. So, interesting to see. I'm wondering how this deck will actually evolve out here in the future. Next up, we have some Sky Striker for you. I love the fact that Sky Striker can actually function right now and is a very, very fun deck. I think most of the ratios are going to be kind of the same. You're going to notice that the Litmus Gates are going to be a 2-of because they basically allow you to recycle. You can get into the grind game, you can regenerate, you can do everything that you've kind of been wanting on a card, and they did it. They made a recyclable resource. You're also going to notice that we are playing the rank 1 down here to be able to kind of clean up anything the opponent does. Also, 2 Kagari, 2 Shizuku. I'm telling you, that feels so weird. But you have to make concessions now in the extra deck. You can't not use these generatable resources to do the thing. I am going to start to test out more of the hand trap variant because I do want to test this deck. This deck is so fun, man. I love the split between the alt arts. Like, what a madman. All right, we've also got Malice for you out here. Oh, boy. Dimensional Fissures back at it again. This was one of the interesting things that I noticed out of the trends here recently. That if Malice can set up and get to the Dimensional Fissure, you're going to be in a really dog shit position because Shifter's a blowout card. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If Shifter actually sticks out here and does its thing, it's awful. But now Malice can play the entire game, throw down a Die-Fi on you, and you're just like, where the hell did this come from? Like, why? Malice is very notorious just for being able to combo up and go. And I like that about this deck. I like that you have so much combo potential all wrapped up in this deck, and you're able to go, go, go. Yep. That's Malice for you now. I don't know, man. I just saw Di-Fi. I was like, this is really cool. We got a walking, talking Floodgate doing its thing. Cap shells in black sheeps in my my Draco tails. Well, I saw this as probably one of the most innovative things out of the weekend, because now you're just playing the black sheeps to search for the polys. You're using the cap shells to generate extra advantage. Actually, when I saw a cap shell, I was like, what are we doing here? Like, why do we care about this? Because you're just like kind of just losing harder to droll at this point, right? Because that's kind of what it feels like. If droll resolves and you're just like, oh, hey, you know, what am I supposed to do? But I guess the logic would be you're going to black sheep search for the poly anyway as kind of the starter. If you have to use any of the sub pieces to kind of do the job, well, you're just kind of screwed as it is. So, the OCG doesn't really abuse droll in the ways that we tend to. So that's an interesting thing. We've also got Vanquish Soul out here for you. And Vanquish Soul has been doing very, very well out here. Sage just changed the way that this deck plays. But this deck has been very heavily relying on the Canine package out here. The Canine stuff ensures that you're going to be able to get some big pushback, all right? And of course, most people are going to look at Vanquish Soul and go, well, doesn't this deck, you know, have a hard time with hand traps? Yeah, that's why you're playing the Canine package now. All right, you just want to be able to make sure that, you know, you can get that pressure on your opponent and start spinning the wheels. And now that your opponent has to deal with Vanquish Soul stuff in addition to the Canine cards, oh, it's going to get disgusting very, very quickly. So definitely a combination of things that I didn't think would work out. You know, also being able to make the Nash Knight during the opponent's turn for the vacuum up is going to get pretty bad for them. So think about the advantage that you're getting in that regard. Next up here, Fractal with Lunalights. Okay, so basically we're using, I know the new Lunalights with 3 here, so I guess we can Fractal mill that down. We have access to that. Of course, going with 2 black sheep here to get to the poly. I feel like that's pretty normal at this point. We have the Ghost Reapers for the searchability. That's fine. Of course, you know, 2 of the new big one, 2 of the sub one. Yeah, I think for what we're working with here, for the ratios, I think everything looks fine here. You got to remember, you're not going to try to get too crazy with these builds. As long as you've got the big pressure points to go into, you should be fine. Which, I mean, the minute you start the Fractal mill here, your opponent's probably going to be very concerned about this, and it's probably going to trigger a hand trap. That's the point that I want to say here is, this should be a chokeout point, which should work. We've also got Conco for it. What is with the OCG in this deck, man? You guys love this card, or this deck. I don't know what it is about this deck, but the OCG, they always find a way to make this deck actually work out. And I'm impressed with that, actually. Conco is just one of the OCG's just pet decks. I think it's also got to do with the fact that you set up some very strong power monsters against your opponent. You know, you're able to do all the little reflections and things. And you're just kind of able to clear out games very easily. I, too, love just randomly getting bonked upside the head by what this deck's capable of doing. It's very frustrating, to say the least. But you know what? We have some options, and I think that's good, actually. So congratulations to still seeing Conco do very well out here. And our last list is actually some Blue Eyes White Dragon. Actually maximizing a triple Dragon's Mind down here in the side deck. Okay, and double Solemn Judgment. We're at that point now that I guess having the defensive trap value far outweighs any of the bad that you could be seeing. And I think that's probably pretty important, actually. Dragon's Mind, just an insane card in the way that this deck gets a chance to do it. You also have the Solemns in here doing their job as well. Everything in this list, you also do see the one Dominus. Yeah, all looks pretty good. But that's all I have for you for today. So please, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think, and I'll see your beautiful faces back there in a day, guys. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.